welcome to Poly TV show on Poly TV Ilaro. My name is Adura Baby Sunday. I'll be your sole host for today. So, as you all know, this program is segmented into various parts. We have the first segment, which is the newspaper front page review, then FA agenda before we go to the center table. So I have a noble personality throughout the session today. So we also have the president of one prestigious department on the center table. But before we begin the show, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Audio Jungle.
Welcome back. So we'll be starting with the newspaper front page review. So today we have so many newspapers. We have Daily Sun, we have the Business Times, we have the Daily Times newspaper, we have Vanguard newspaper, we have Daily Trust, we have Nigerian Tribune, we have Daily Independent, among many other newspapers. So we'll be starting with Daily Sun. I have the story on page 26. Army chief, that is the kicker, and the story is soldiers can be used to serve some interest. Soldiers can't be used to serve some interest. The story is on page 26 of Daily Sun newspaper. So you can pick up the newspaper to read more on that. And again, just beside the nameplate of the newspaper, we have the story on page 30. Enugu at 33. Governor Mba, ESDA, loud funding father sacrifice. Governor Mba, ESDA, loud funding father sacrifice. That is the story. That it's on page 30 of the newspaper. You can pick up the newspaper to read more. So also on page 24, FG names 23 managers for investment funds. FG names 23 managers for investment funds. With just one rider underneath it, committee to design strategies for investment of $10 billion global funds. Committee to design strategies to investment of $10 billion global funds. So the story is on page 24 of Daily Sun newspaper. So also on the same newspaper, we have this one on the pages 4 and 6. Insecurity. FG6 Japan, others help. FG6 Japan, others help. So with just a rider as well. Sultan can raise concerns over worsening situation. So the page is on pages 46, pages 4 and 6 of the same newspaper. So with that, I'm still on Daily Sun newspaper. I have this one on page 30. Lagos Monarch sacks market committee over high cost of foodstuffs. Lagos Monarch sacks market committee over high cost of foodstuffs. So the page is on page 30 of the same newspaper. So quickly before I move to another newspaper, let me take this one on page 6 of the same newspaper. Tinubu aims to strengthen Nigeria-China ties during September visit. That is coming through from presidency. So quickly, let me go to another newspaper, which is the Business Times. So on the page of Business Times, we have this one on page 2. IMF hinges Nigeria's 3.1% economic growth outlook on stronger reforms. So with so many riders, but let me go to page 37 of the same newspaper. Credit to private sector rises to 75.48 trillion naira amid unstable FX inflation rate. So the story is on page 17 of the Business Times newspaper. So I also have this one lastly. NCDMB, SON, that's Son, others top in half-year efficiency, transparency, compliance. That is the report we are having on the Business Times newspaper, and it's on page 2 of the newspaper. So quickly, the Daily Times newspaper, I have this one. That is another newspaper. So I have this one on page 2. That is the major story there. Kaduna residents flee to urban centers as abduction rise in interlands. Kaduna residents flee to urban centers as abductions rise in hinterlands. So IGP urges citizens collaboration. That is the the only rider underneath the story, and the story is on page 2 of the Daily Times newspaper. So we also have this one, which the story starts from the front page. This is the headline: Police confirms arrest of 97 sheikhs following killings of officers in Abuja. So the story starts from the front page of the newspaper and it continues on the page 24 of the same newspaper. You can pick up the newspaper to read more. So we also have this one just above the nameplate on page 4. NAFDAC clears misconception about use of saccharin in bread production. NAFDAC clears misconception about use of saccharin in bread production. That is on page 4 of the Daily Times newspaper. As we also have this one on page 2. President Tinubu scheduled to travel to China. The story is on page 2 of the Daily Times newspaper. With that, I'm on Vanguard newspaper, where I have this one as the major story there. Agony in Southeast as kidnappers lay siege to communities. It has so many riders underneath it. So, but you can get the full information on page 5 of Vanguard newspaper. So, also on the same newspaper, but on page 8, NWC rejects Governor Oti's move to convene elective INEC. Elective NEC. NWC rejects Governor Oti's move to convene elective NEC. And the story, that is NEC. So the story is on page 8 of Vanguard newspaper. We also have so many stories just above the nameplate, but I'll be starting from page 6, where I have the story: End bad governance. That is the kicker. And the story is FJ gets 17 points ultimatum. So we also have this one: insecurity, on page 9. And the bloodshed can that is coming. And the bloodshed can Sultan urges FG. So it's on insecurity. The story is on page 9 of Vanguard newspaper. So with that, Daily Trust newspaper, that is where I am right now. We have this monkeypox issue, as we have this major story. Mpox, that's monkeypox, spreads to 19 states. Cases now 40. Mpox, that's monkeypox, spreads to 19 states. Cases now 40. With so many riders, Lagos raises alarm over new variants from African nations. Also another one, FG intensifies surveillance. And the last one, US donates 10,000 vaccine doses in Nigeria. So the story is on page 4 of Daily Trust newspaper. You can pick up the newspaper to read more. So we also have this one: Labour Party in fresh crisis as Otis summons emergency NEC meeting. The story is on page 18 of Daily Trust newspaper. You can pick up the newspaper to read more. And also NIREC urges action against killings, abduction. The story is on page 6 of Daily Trust newspaper. So let me take you down to stories on Nigerian Tribune newspaper, where I have this one: 45 years after, ex-rep member refunds FG students loan of 1,200 with 3.1 million naira. I'll take that again. 45 years after, ex-rep member refunds FG's students loan of 1,200 naira with 3.1 million naira. And the story is on page 10 of Nigerian Tribune newspaper. So also we have the son: River Police launch manhunt for kidnappers of director. Rivers Police launch manhunt for kidnappers of the rector. And the story is on page 30 of Nigerian Tribune newspaper. So quickly, before I move to another newspaper, we have this one coming through from the federal government, and the story is on page 4. No timeline yet for Oronsaye report implementation. And the story is on page 4 of Nigerian Tribune newspaper. So quickly on Daily Independent newspaper, we have so many reports there, but I will just pick few. We have this one. EFCC chairman urges NAS to pass whistleblowers protection law. EFCC chairman urges NAS to pass whistleblowers protection law. The story is on page 7 of Daily Independent newspaper. So we also have this one. IGP apps on citizens' participation in national security, seeks collaboration from stakeholders. And the story is on page 7 of Daily Independent newspaper. So quickly, 2 years after commissioning Ekiti 20 billion naira airport yet to take off, with 2 riders underneath it, stakeholders worry over 90% airports are not self-sustaining. And the last one, say they are constructed only for political reasons. So the story starts from the front page of the newspaper and is continued on page 29 of Daily Independent newspaper. So just above the nameplate, we have this one. NAFDAC denies report advising Nigerians to avoid bread. NAFDAC denies report advising Nigerians to avoid bread. So the story starts from the front page as well and is continued on page 29 of the same newspaper. So quickly on the Punch newspaper, we have this major story there. That is flights of fancy. That is the kicker. Flights of fancy. And the story is governors slammed for wasting 160 billion naira on unviable airports. With one rider, Nasarawa, Yobe, others beg FG to take over airports shunned by airlines. So the story is on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. So we also have so many news stories there. Let me pick more. AMCON set to sell Ibadan Disco. AMCON set to sell Ibadan Disco. And the story is on page 20. Also, IGP vows to rescue 2,149 kidnapped victims. IGP vows to rescue 2,149 kidnapped victims. The story is on page 10 of the Punch newspaper. Also on page 5, Lagos conducts Red Line rail test run today. Lagos conducts Red Line rail test run today. So the story is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. You can pick up the newspaper to read more. So quickly on the Nation newspapers, we have this one as well. CDS, COAS, that is the kicker. And the story is military won't give in to anti-democratic calls. Military won't give in to anti-democratic calls. And the story starts from the front page as well and it's continued on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. You can pick up the newspaper to read more. So we have this one as well. What Tinubu's China trip means for Nigeria. What Tinubu's China trip means for Nigeria by presidency. So if you want to know what Tinubu's China trip means to we Nigerians, so you can visit page 4 of the Nation newspaper. So the story is right there. So we also have this one just above the nameplate, page 3, page 6. CBN to issue 2.2 billion naira treasury bills in Q4. That is the 4th quarter of this year. So you can pick the story on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. So quickly, let me take you down to what is happening on a Punch Sport Extra. That is sports stories. We have this one. Wow. Bruno Wu with question mark. Nigerians query Lambadia choice for Eagles job. So you can pick up Punch Sport Extra to read more on that story. As we have this one, Van Dijk open to Liverpool exit. The story is also there. We also have this one. Chelsea launched late Tony bid. Chelsea launched late Tony bid. So the story is on page 4 of Punch Sport Extra. Quickly, we also have this one. Chelsea PSG still interested in Victor Osimhen. Chelsea PSG, that is Paris Saint-Germain, still interested in Osimhen. So the story is on page 7 of Punch Sport Extra. And that is where we'll be taking the wrap on newspaper front page review on Poly TV show, Poly TV Ilaro. Let's go on a short break, and when we're back, we'll be going through to the FPI agenda. I have my guest seated already. We'll be right back.
Audio Jungle.
Welcome back. You welcome to Poly TV show, Poly TV Ilaro. So on FPI agenda, we have a noble person from the Innovation Center. He is the Director Innovation Center and he is a person of Engineer Jide Shoyemi, PhD, Director Innovation Center. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So, sir, can you please tell us more about the Innovation Center itself?
Well, the Innovation Center was created in the last administration by architect Olusegun Olariwaju Aluko, PhD. At that time, we were looking for the contemporary things
Okay.
in the industry that are not in the curriculum. It takes time to change the curriculum. So, but as we have new things coming up, how can we give our students so they are not missing on any side? So that was what gave birth to the Innovation Center, so that students who run science, technology, and environmental can take part in it. So we have students from 4 schools coming to learn embedded system,
Okay.
robotics, artificial intelligence, drone making, and drone flying,
Wow.
and alternative energy. But this session, we added the tricycle to it. So it's a place to learn.
Wow, that is a big achievement, the last one you mentioned just now. So, how is the Innovation Center fostering entrepreneurship among students?
Well, basically, the Innovation Center is not competing with EduSAC, that is Entrepreneurship Development and Skill Acquisition Center. So they focus more on the entrepreneurship part.
Okay.
But there is this ingenuity among young people. So that is what we are trying to awaken. We are giving them insight into what the contemporary things that is going on in the industry. We are at the edge of living Industry 4.0. I don't know if you understand. We have Industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0,
then
4, we're in the 4th one, and we are moving towards the 5th one. Within this gap, premium is placed on information more than skills, and that is the level we are now. We are putting more into skills, we are putting more into information, so that irrespective of what you study, you can also have a cutting edge hands-on training on basically how your phone works, on how can I do some level of security within the house, and so on. So that these are the things that we actually focused on.
Okay, so and okay, I would like you to discuss any existing project at the Innovation Center. Any existing projects so far?
The Innovation Center as a whole is not totally targeted towards projects,
Okay.
training, but along the line, we now, with the student coming with different ideas, we are now developing 1 or 2 products. So we started with a portable power source, which some call inverter, but it's an all-in-one. You pick it, it's 500 watts. Everything is there, the charge controller, the battery, and so on. And it's an hybrid. It has an hybrid for charging. You can use normal power source.
Okay.
And you can also use a solar. We did that last year, and which even entered into a competition in Nigeria.
Wow.
And was part of the 8 selected among 3,000. It's at the final stage now. So this session, with the coming of Dr. Mukael Akinde, he came up with the idea that we should be able to do something along EV vehicle, that is electric
It's
vehicles.
vehicles.
So we came up with that idea, and we were able to develop our own tricycle with just two-seater, the rider and one passenger. And we are moving that forward now to this session, towards the end of this session, to have a bigger tricycle that can take three people at the back and two people in the front.
Are different. Okay, so among the innovations you mentioned, which of it attracts more fund or make the most impacted contribution, maybe to the polytechnic or to the society as a whole?
All of them in their own native way, they have contributed to the development, both for the Polytechnic and Nigeria at large. The portable inverter can be used. We are towards the end of the competition now, so it's going to be mass produced later.
Okay.
And the name of the Polytechnic will be on it also. That this was developed from Federal Polytechnic Ilaro. The name of those who did it also will be on it. That we all did it here. And what that means is that anyone that buys that will always see the name Federal Polytechnic Ilaro. So it adds to the image
Of the
of the
institution.
institution, to the visibility. Not only add to the image of the Polytechnic, we are now contributing to the microeconomy of the nation, so that a barber in a remote area where there is no light at all, a hairdresser, that the total energy consumption is not
500
more than 500 watts, can buy one and use it. And we make it a bit innovative from what you have in the market. It has a replaceable battery, so you can actually buy battery pack and
Insert it there.
insert it, or you buy two, charge the two. You are using one, it finishes, you remove it, put another
That
one,
one.
which is uh, totally different from what you have in
In
the
the
market.
market.
And the tricycle, being an EV vehicle, you can see what is going on now. Fuel is about
950
950,
naira.
and if you want to buy at 635, you have to
You have to queue.
queue for a whole day. So you have, in fact, the one we are doing now is going to have a solar panel at the top. So as you are riding, it is charging. So you don't need to go anywhere to go and charge. It's already charging on its own. Once there is sun or once there is daylight, it's going to
It's
charge
going to charge. Yeah.
itself. So and that will also help. It will reduce pressure on what is it called, on our petrol consumption, because whoever is using it will never go to filling station
Yes,
to
station.
fill. So, and it will also bring more glory to the Polytechnic, so that the Polytechnic can say, okay, we did this here.
Okay, so I have this question as well. What role do partnerships with external organizations and industries play in the center strategy, that is, in creating financial opportunities for the Polytechnic?
Let me talk about partnership. Like, I don't like talking about finance aspect, but let me talk about partnership. Partnership, we to get to this stage we are now, we partnered with Ultrapic Embedded System Robotics Limited. Is a Nigerian but lives in Germany and has a wider what is it called, training on those things. So at the beginning we partner with the company to develop a lot of things that we are doing. Much more, the what I study also in the UK. So what we see over there is totally different from what is here. And so if we want to meet up, we need to look for us in quotes, Nigerians outside, to come and partner with those of us here,
Okay.
so that we can put one or two things into
Together.
place. So if we get all our invention or development into market space, then fund will naturally come. If you use Apple, Apple does not need to go and cry for phone. Why they have developed a product that everybody has to buy. The same thing with Samsung. So
Yes.
if you get those things readily available, cheaper than whatever is coming, and rugged that can withstand the
Stand.
test of time, then you don't need to talk much to people. People will naturally buy, and once they buy, money will
More.
naturally come.
Yes.
Money comes with exchange of services. So if you're able to meet what they need, they will provide the fund.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the answer. And the last one, in what ways can technological innovation at the Polytechnic directly contribute to the development of Nigeria as a whole?
Uh, we are doing our bit, if I may put it like that. Everything we develop, we look at problems. Nigeria is full of problems. Everywhere you face it. So what we just try to do is use that, and that is what we tell this all our students that comes. We have trained you in this. Look at any problem at home or anywhere on your street, and let us use this what you have been trained to do. Let us use it to develop a solution.
Solution.
What you see everywhere in the world are people providing solutions. And when they provide solutions, what you see is that naturally you contribute to the
To the
development
of
of
Nigeria,
that
of nation.
of the nation. The 500 watts inverter, if you get commercialized, what will first of all happen? You just target the rural area, those who are off grid, that is people who does not naturally have NEPA,
Electricity.
electricity to them, or PACN, that there is no light to them. So you get it to them. And once they have it, you have contributed to their development, because instead of them burning fossil fuel, that is petrol or diesel, they have something to lean on. And don't forget, once that one enters into market, the other thing we'll also be looking at is to upgrade,
Yes.
to have either 1,000 watts or 2,000 watts,
Watts.
which we can now say, okay, let me buy this so that I can use one AC with it, either inverter AC and so on. So we are indirectly or directly contributing to the development of the country. The same with the tricycle. Once you have the tricycle will keep on working, and once you have it working, you are contributing a lot, because the uh, poisonous gas that comes from all our vehicles and so on, you are reducing it.
Yes.
You are helping the what is it called, the global warming. You are not contributing directly to what is causing global warming. So the advantages are much, and much more. We still have more coming from the innovation center. And let me recast back to the uh, tricycle again. That even last week we had the National Automotive Design and Development Council coming to see what we have done,
Yes.
and they gave us a pass mark. A pass mark in the sense that we have done well. Everything we did, we are precise.
Excellent.
And we are also planning, which we have erected the structure. We are going to have our mini assembly plant,
Wow.
where we'll be producing this tricycle in on our campus. And your mates in engineering, environmental will be those who will be working there, and so on. So those are the things we have done. We have received enough significant support from the management,
Wow.
but we still need more.
Don't worry, more will come.
Innovation goes with fund.
Funds, yes.
Innovation goes with fund,
Because it's going to give birth to more fun, more money.
more
Yes.
money.
Okay, so thank you very much. It's nice having you on this show, most especially on this segment. So thank you very much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
All right, so don't forget, he is Engineer Jide Shoyemi, PhD, Director, Innovation Center. So thank you for coming. Let's go on a short break, and when we're back, we'll be going to the center table segment. We'll be right back. Welcome back. back to Poly TV show on Poly TV Ilaru. So we just came back from the break from that exacting segment. So we are on the center table segment where I have my president, powerful president. That is the President Association of Mass Communication Students, Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, Comrade Alimi Sherifdeen with me. So welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's nice having you.
Reflection.
So, sir, can you please tell us more about the association?
Association of Mass Communication Students was established years ago. Um, some people laid the foundation, so we met it, and the profits of the association, we are reaping the profit of the association. The one our predecessors, what they did, we are reaping it now, and it's just about you bringing together the mass communication students, making them one unit.
Yes. Okay.
You know, just having a just like having an organization
That's right.
that is controlling the whole of mass communication students. So that was
All right. So, and any achievements so far from the association?
is it for this
Yes, yes, for this session.
for this session. Um, First of all, I would say there is an achievement because we were elected leads, and let me say, okay, concerning our football tournament, mass communication department got to the final
Okay.
of the faculty cup. Yeah, got to the final of the faculty cup. So we'll be facing library and
Information
information
science.
science. We'll be facing them, and I'm hopeful that we will emerge victorious.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in terms of academic, probably symposium or anything.
Yeah. We organized a symposium in which we have our guest speaker, um, in name of Dr. Bolu John Folayan.
Okay.
You know, he's the chief lecturer in mass communication department, and part of what he told us, the impact the students got something. He impacted some knowledge on us, and it has been I love the symposium, as in his lecture was very, very, very interesting. The students commended his speech because they were like, wow, someone like this in our department giving us something like this, something like this, is something you can't see outside. So we organized a symposium where um, we invited him for a speech, and you know we had quiz competition also.
Okay.
Yeah, quiz competition. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is incredible. So,
Yes, ma'am.
and as the president of the association, any challenges so far?
There is no one in this life without challenges. Since I emerged as the president of the Association of Mass Communication Students, Amakos, I've not been having time for myself. Yes, I've not been having time for myself. A lot of family and friends have been telling me maybe I've been ignoring them, and it's not like that. You know, so you have to shoulder responsibilities. If you shoulder responsibilities, you just have to leave some things
Behind.
behind. You have to leave some things behind. People you don't, people, you know, you see some people that are not up to you, calling you different kind of names,
Yes.
but because of what,
As a leader,
you just have to respect that position. You know, respect
And
the
just
interest
move
of the people. If someone call you a bad name, you don't have to react badly. Just say sorry, man.
sorry, ma.
Sorry,
Sorry,
sir.
and that is how a good leader should behave. So, what would you like to tell the students of the association, maybe the members?
My advice to the members of the Association of Mass Communication Students is they've been responsible, so they should continue to be responsible members of the association.
Yes.
So they should continue. They've been good. They've been responsible. Let me even say they've been. You have some people that will be good or bad, but a lot of I'm very serious. Our students have been good. They have been good. They should continue with their good work.
Okay, thank you very much. It's nice having you on this
Yes, ma'am.
segment
Thank you.
of Poly TV show, Poly TV Ilaro.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you for coming. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
So let's go on the short break, and when we're back, I will give you the rundown of all the segments as today.
Audio Jungle.
Welcome back. It's the Poly TV show on Poly TV Ilaro. So we just had a nice moment today. We had at the Director Innovation Center, Engineer Jide Shriyemi, PhD, for the FP agenda, and for this student platform, we welcomed Ali, Comrade Alimi Sherifdeen. That is the President Association of Mass Communication Students, and that is where we'll call it a wrap on this program, Poly TV show today. My name is Adria Gbemi Sunday. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification button for more updates from the station. Special appreciation goes to all the personnel in the studio and to those that work with me today. Thank you very much. Bye for now and have a lovely day ahead.